had the opportunity to do some field work and live in Mexico City for a few years, and one of the great things about that was immersing yourself into a place and really getting to know it and understand it. I was looking at the monuments of the cultural landscape and seeing really how Mexicanness was being portrayed. Culture, history, identity, all of these things really coming to bear on the statues and the monuments and how Mexico was portraying itself to the world as Mexico City being the dominant capital city. And one day, my mother was there and she said, "I want to see what you're doing." So I took her to a park that had different images of Mexican identity. There was an Aztec warrior and a conquistador, the Spanish as well as the indigenous there. And rising above them was a Mexican woman, or the mestizaje, the image of the fusion of these two. And as I was showing my mom this image and what some of the meanings and the purposes of that, she started crying and she said, "That woman up there, that's me." And I realized that geography can also be a very personal thing. A lot of these things that are very academic and looking at cultural landscapes and analyzing them, but there's meaning that's very deep and personal to a lot of people. And so for me, being able to research Mexican identity I didn't realize how profoundly important it was going to be for my mother, because she was always like, I want my son to see my roots. I want to see him to tap into those kind of connections. And a lot of my teaching, I think, has been colored by that, by trying to get other students to make a deeper connection to a place, to see themselves in places. And I think, for example, when I take students on to look at Google Earth for the first time, they have the whole immensity of Earth to look at, and they want to see their backyard, their house. And I think that's okay, because the whole point is you're going to have the opportunity to situate yourself on this planet, situate yourself within a context of all these concepts that we teach in human geography, and you're going to see where you fit in the world, and you're going to see how this relates to your life, your communities, and your places. And human geography as a discipline is a great one that really lets students see the world in a different way, in a different light. And that's one of the great things I think that the textbook is going to try and do, but also my teaching. I try and be able to get them to be able to situate themselves within the context of the course.